Hello and welcome back everybody, I'm Henki, and for this splendid day we are having the FV4202 on Himmelsdorf. I already made a video on this vehicle on open maps where you can use your terrain to hide your upper and lower hulls, maybe play from the turret and the splendid gun elevation depression angles. But what should you do once you're found on a freaking city map? This is not going to be a guide, this is only going to be something that I'm usually doing when I'm playing my FV, because it's not the fastest of them all. We already know that it's really agile, but not the fastest medium vehicle. So going uphill would be a really nice idea, but I really didn't feel like going uphill. So I decided to stay around here. I load a premium shell right away. My premium shell carries 210 penetration and 480 average damage. I'm thinking, okay, M5355 has about 450 HP. If he drives around somewhere here, he will probably die by one shot, and I will make gameplay easier for my team because the hill will be free to do whatever it wants. So I go really aggressive, so I definitely spot the SPG. I am successful, I do spot the SPG, but unfortunately my hash penetration is not enough and I don't kill it. Of course I did expose him to my team, maybe I even activated his perk for loading speed when under 10%, but the job is not done. Now I'm a medium tank on a place for heavies and TDs trying to be effective. G-line is gonna be my freaking house. I see a lot of people going uphill, including Waffenträger E100. As you can see there, the W right in the K0, that's the Waffenträger. Once he goes up on the hill, it will probably a menace and he will destroy everybody who is there, which is gonna mean that we shall not let the enemies pass. We shall keep this freaking fire line and this tank line for the enemies unbroken. If they get through us, we are done. We are so lost. They're gonna flank, they're gonna go uphill from the side, they're gonna penetrate, they're gonna set fires, and there's gonna be nobody to put them down. So what I want to do here is actually support my lightly armored heavies. Let's say the Luwe 5100, IS-8. Well, the only armored one is the E75, but the guy is really far away. And what we're fighting against is actually a Conqueror, RHM Waffenträger, IS-7, T32 and IS-3. The light tank doesn't even matter. The IS-3 takes out our light tank, which actually took out the SPG, so 1-for-1, well, maybe not that great in our case. I see the IS-7, I know he shot, and I put one shell in him. Our flight time, our shell flight time is so high that shooting close distances, you don't lose, first of all, a lot of penetration, and secondly, you do hit your target, and it hurts. Because this guy's penetration on the primary is APCR with 268 penetration. More than enough to penetrate most of the armors on your tier and lower tiers. I wanted to take the IS-7 out because, as I mentioned earlier, taking out a gun is better than just putting plain damage on somebody. Unless, of course, if you're carrying like 1k of damage, then yeah, it's better to put 1k damage instead of taking 12 HP, definitely. But unfortunately, I didn't want to get shot too many times, because losing your whole HP bar just to take a gun out is also not the best trade. Well, I'm playing super cautiously in any way, so I'm not gonna be the one taking the hits. But still, I don't want to be the one taking the hits, and that's why I'm playing so cautiously. So it's actually a two-sided edge of the same knife. Or not a knife, or a butter knife. As we can see, the LTTB does a critical mistake. He goes to the center of the map in the middle of a game. You never do that in a scout in the middle of a game. Either you do it right away, before enemies have taken positions to shoot at you, or you do it right through the map, so you can go ahead and clear out the SPG or do whatever flanking you have to do. Not in the middle, and you don't ever stop. That's the main aspect. I see the T-54 that actually broke through because our E-75 decided to push through, which is not so good because our Artie is gonna die pretty soon, and the 5100 is one shot. I actually haven't seen him just yet. I will see the pings right about now. take my shot and take my leave to defend the base. Because, first of all, the 5100 could avoid this guy and still run and survive. He, a spoiler, will die, but this T-54 will not get too far away. I tried to bounce, not bouncing, but I do bounce him. I tried to kill him. As you can see, this gun expression is actually really nice on the move. My stabilization is pretty darn effective. I almost don't stop. Shoot him down, get a nice alpha strike, 395, and take him to his garage. We're actually super even in the battle. It's 8.8. I've missed quite a few shots, but as you can see, I'm not moving away from my freaking G-line. I already told my team to push the hill. Our only option was if our team would push the hill, we could break through their defense line. As we can see, we're just firing. They're on D line and G and C line, and we're on G and maybe H line, right? I trying to take out the IS-8, who was really aggressive for the Luva. Unfortunately, Luva dies anyway. The IS-8 takes damage from me. I take a pretty gold shell, and my ass started to burn right at that moment. I wanted to burn him with my freaking ass. I wanted to put my ass on his throat and bury him. Because I really hate people who do have enough penetration to kill you, still use premium shells. Like, it's not a critical freaking condition, it's 929. Your HP bars are pretty full compared to ours. Well, maybe not in that situation specifically. But still, dude, what the freaking hell? Like, for real. Play fair, don't play whatever you want. I'm not saying I'm not using gold, I'm just using gold in lower tiers towards higher tiers, or like in this situation, the 210 penetration compared to the 270 I already have. Like, for real, this is not the same. It's just the damage that changes. In any way, after being burned a little bit by the freaking premium shell spam, I wanted to take him out. I see him, and I see the RHM, and I fail my shot. Well, what can you do? I reload really fast, as you can see, and now I want to shoot the RHM. Like, I want to shoot the RHM, boom, and I still miss. Holy freaking shit. I could have shot both of them, and I failed to shoot either of them. Pretty damn right? 50B is one shot, IS-8 is not one shot, but for some reason is scared for the IS-7 of the IS-7, so I decided to go ahead and finish him off. The enemy IS-8 gets shot by me, but bounces me and doesn't shoot me back. The IS-7 is reloading, or he's scared of me, or he's, I don't know, he's dead right about now. Doesn't matter too much. Somebody was at the door knocking, but it's not of our problem because we are doing a video right now. And I have to kill the IS-8 right now. So I'm going to be moving towards his end of the deal. And I want to seal it. I want to make him pay. And there we go. Our third freaking missed, or even fourth freaking missed shot in a row towards this freaking IS-8. But I will not hesitate and finish him off while he bounces his freaking premium shell on my tracks. Just once proving a point, premium is not insta-win. You also need to know how to use them. I am now looking for the RHM. I already have loaded my normal HE shell, not a premium one as you can see. 105 penetration still. He expects to meet the Waffenträger, the E100. He doesn't. I take my time to aim and I do 515 damage. For a medium tank, this is enormous numbers. And of course, the freaking Waffenträger 100 takes my Top Gun away. Well, why the hell not? Medals are earned and not asked or taken. So I go ahead to earn my medal on the IS-3. Lucky for me, Waffenträger 100 goes to flank, just in case the IS-3 decides to run. I don't think any IS-3 player is a runner. I haven't seen one running. I always see them either going at you or clinching you. And there we go again. Once more, a failed shot. I'm pretty sure you're bored of seeing those failed shots, but I will take a normal one and actually penetrate the IS-3. And once more, just because he can, he won't. I have a better rate of fire, and you're dead. And there's my Top Gun. And I win! As for the results, I actually got my ace tanker once more, Top Gun and high caliber. Even though I was missing shot after shot after shot, I still managed to take out 5,000 damage, make 15 hits to the enemies, and, well, actually succeed 15 hits to the enemies while landing 23 of them. Let's move now to the second replay, which features the Centurion Action X in Mountain Pass in a standard battle with a little bit of a different setup. We have a buttload of tier 10s plus SPGs and just two small fry tier 9s. What we can see here, there are no any mods. I haven't been modifying the test server client at all. I don't care about doing that. I just care about wrecking people. The reload time is exactly the same as the FV4202, but the speed, holy shit, this now feels like a freaking medium tank. Like, this now feels like it can go to any position I want. Well, it does feel a little bit more slim in a way. How can I explain? This vehicle, the FV4202, was a little bit flat to the ground. This has been a little bit shorter on the sides, but taller overall. And it has a really huge commander's hatch as well, which is not a really good thing. But the thing is, with the Centurion hull, a tier 8 hull with no armoring almost, people can just penetrate you so easy on the hull they don't even have to try. But if you're playing hull down with your turret only sticking out, and you can do that so effectively, then yeah, you'll be having problems, and you'll be having really heavy problems. I can see that there's no one here behind the bushes, so I feel like I can be really, really aggressive here. I even shoot a tree down, and I see the counterpart that hasn't been changed yet, the FV215B, and I lit that one up real good, and I'm like, holy fucking shit. Is this real life? How can this happen? How can I lit a freaking tank first shot fire and like burn him 1500 damage or 14 or whatever? And there we see the two T123s, and this is where our hate shells come into effect. I'm like, with the previous FV4202, I would have to be aiming weak spots, I would have to be looking where their lower glacial is, and here I just load heat and I'm like, poof, bitch, suck it! And this is what happens, because I know, yeah, it's test server, yeah, it's gold, yeah, whatever, you may flame me, yes. I'm not playing on skill, I'm just trying to figure out how this vehicle will be played throughout the main server as well. Like, when you can't penetrate a really heavy target, what do? You load gold. That's how it works. In critical situations, when you cannot penetrate a heavy target, what do? You load gold. That's how you win games. That's how you win critical situations. Yes, there are people using skill, but there are also the unicoms, most of them, well, I'm not saying all of them, I'm saying most of them, that got all their stats in 4k damage per game, gold only. You know what that means? That means gold effing only. I got hit by the FV215B, and now you're going to be seeing a really magical, or that already happened, some magical ricochet on the side from the Waffenträger it was, or the T123. I will fail in this game pretty hard in about a minute and a half, but what I wanted to show you is exactly the opposite thing. I've been able to go to a flank, kill 2 people off. I will be doing a 3rd people off, and by the way, the damage rolls are inherited from the 4202, so you're getting mostly 3, the first digit, and everything else like behind it, so you can get 300, 350, 390, and sometimes 400 rolls, which is really, really not so common. I get myself a 3rd kill with no problem almost at all. I've been doing a shit ton of damage. I see the enemy Jagdpanzer having his back on me. I'm covered from the FVs, from the Waffenträgers. I don't see the SPG shooting at me anytime soon. So I'm pretty much taking my time to kill these Jagdpanzer E100. Like, every time you have a target, you don't have to advance until you kill that target. That's I think something everybody knows. But the comfort of this tank, shooting behind ankles, shooting behind hills, shooting behind rocks, moving, mobility itself, agility, everything comes in together. And there I see a pattern and the Waffenträger and the E50M. I put a shell in the E50M just merely by looking at him. I didn't even stand to zoom too long. And I see the Waffenträger coming at me, and he detracts me. And up until the moment I found the repair button, I was already dead. There wasn't this little rock that I could hide behind, or I could be pretty much less aggressive, but still. I managed to play about 4 minutes of this game. Maybe 3 minutes of action in this game. And what do we get? In 3 minutes of action, I managed to shoot 16 shells, hit 15 of them, and penetrate 14 of them. Which was actually really nice round juggling, going from heat to APCR and etc, etc. 6k damage came out of that. 6k damage. we get a vehicle that is actually better than its other counterpart. Well, many might say that it's not, or it's the same, or it's whatever, but in my eyes, what we got is a lot better than what we had. And that conclusion is based on the fact that we now can freaking move like a medium tank and not like a heavy with a limiter on. We still have the same rate of fire. We lost our hash premium shells, now we have regular premium shells. We still have enough ammo capacity to shoot and carry multiple types of ammunition. And compared to what it was, it now looks a little bit more badass. As you can see, it's in HD, it has the gun covered in some special freaking camouflage values thingies. This is awesome. I loved it more than I did the other one. So hopefully you also enjoyed this vehicle. I'm still sick. And hopefully you get to it before they introduce the 4202 as a premium one. So if you have this in your garage, there is a slight chance that you probably will have a decent shot on getting the other one for free with some missions or something, I don't know. And the complete conclusion is that the vehicle was paper, is still paper. It was a little bit less mobile, now it's more mobile. It was pretty agile, it's still really agile. And the rate of fire remains the same. The accuracy is also great, stabilization is amazing. Really, I don't see the reason to change this vehicle except from the visuals. But nonetheless, I really enjoyed. It is now looking better, it is performing in my hands better because the mobility can be utilized a lot more than agility. So moving from a flank to flank, putting your weapon to work is always better than just being a steady turret, you know, like the FV4202 was, because of the mobility, it couldn't reach anybody. As this video comes to an end, I would like to remind you I was Henki. This is the new Centurion Action X, and as always, have a nice day.